Wade, and I'm 27 years old. And on the 6th of October 2019, I had my beautiful baby boy, and his name is Milan. Well, it actually just happened because I wasn't planning on having kids at all. But his dad always wanted kids, so it just happened and I just went with the flow. Milan's daddy realized and asked me to go and check because he told me I was changing. Like my boobs were getting bigger. So he was sure I was pregnant and I went to check. I didn't even notice any difference in my body at all. I wasn't happy. I cried for like 2 weeks straight when I found out I was pregnant because I wasn't ready. I didn't want kids, or I felt like I didn't want kids and I didn't need them at the time. So I cried for 2 weeks straight until I just had to gather my courage. My partner's reaction was overwhelming because it was like you gave a child chocolate. It was excited, and his excitement was annoying me and irritating me as well. It was really annoying to me because I was excited because something I didn't want, but he was really excited. My mom was excited because my baby is the first grandchild. So my mom and my dad, my siblings, everybody but me was excited. Boy, like I was so sure I was having a boy. I cried because I've been seeing my first ultrasound to find out the sex was a 3D ultrasound. So I saw the baby's face clearly. So I was very emotional. I was crying. Oh, it was the cutest moment though, because you literally just see what is going to come out of you. It was really, really overwhelming. I was at the ATM and there was a very, very long queue. As soon as I got down from the car, everybody was like, let the pregnant woman use the ATM first. It was amazing. When I go to the market too, in short, everywhere I go, I always jump the queue because I was a pregnant lady. It was cute to see people do that. Because my partner was in Nigeria at the time, we were not in the same country. I had to wrap my head around it quick, but yeah, it's so true, the hormones. Your horniness is like on 100 every time, every single day, from like the first day of the second trimester, every single day. It's terrible horniness. So I didn't fall into labor. I had to have a C-section. And I had to have the C-section, I think 41, maybe it was 41 weeks when I had the C-section. Yeah. Usually, I think people fall in labor by 41 weeks, but I didn't even get any labor signs. So I had to have a C-section. Whew, it was scary because I didn't know what to expect. I'd already read a lot about falling into labor, and that's what I was basically prepared for. So I was scared when my doctor said, yeah, you have to have a C-section. Going into the theater, I was scared. But when they numbed me, everything became slightly easier. But the recovery after was really quick, and I didn't expect that. The whole operation was quick. It was like 15 minutes in and out. And they said that was shorter than normal labor. People can labor for 2 hours. Not me. In and out, 15 minutes. I'm one of the people that thinks that CS is better than normal delivery because you're sure the baby and the mother would survive it, at least 99% sure. But normal delivery, you don't know what complication is going to come with. On the other hand, sometimes normal delivery is like amazing. I don't know, but sometimes they say normal delivery is. But I would advise any new mom to go for a CS Because I have friends that had normal delivery and they didn't have nice stories to tell me. So yeah, I think I'll always opt for a CS, a C-section. Perfect. I had the worst morning sickness. I think I fell sick from the 2nd month of my pregnancy till like the 7th month. I was sick. Morning sickness. Morning sickness was terrible. I kept on throwing up. I kept on sleeping for long. Morning sickness, that's the terrible part of pregnancy, I think. I didn't enjoy. But then cravings, yeah, I had a lot of cravings. Milo and Milo and Vitamilk, most especially. I'm like, every time, Milo and Vitamilk, Milo and Vitamilk. Cravings are the weirdest. I was craving sand too one time. Don't even know how human being is craving sand. What else? There's this myth about drinking cold water. It's not true. It's not true at all, because I ate ice and my baby is not spitting or anything. A lot of myths that I heard when I was pregnant. Thank God I didn't pay any attention to them. I would have enjoyed my pregnancy. There was this myth about walking under the sun. There was this myth about eating snail. If you eat snail, your baby will spit. Can't relate. I ate a lot of snail. Yeah, but the one about taking a lot of sugar and your baby being big, I think is true, because I had a lot of sugar and my baby is so big. Even though that's partly genes, but yeah, my baby's so big and I think it's because of so much sugar that I had. That myth is true. Every other one, not so much. So I had my first cover of water 24 hours after having my baby. It felt like heaven because I was thirsty all through. But my first proper meal was amala. I had to beg my mom to make hot begiri for me. So it was amazing. That first meal was yas. My first poop. My anus almost tore because it was so hard. It was so hard, so smelly and so black, because my doctor made me look in the toilet so I could give them feedback. So hard, so smelly, so black. My first poop. Mine was really fast. It was like 2 weeks. I started working the next day after my surgery. Started working the next day. I started lifting buckets 3 days after. By 2 weeks, I wasn't feeling any pain anymore. Well, I guess I can attribute that to the fact that I have a high tolerance for pain. My threshold for pain is really high. So I healed nice and fast. Well, I think it depends on everybody. I've had women that had experience of leaving the hospital immediately after they had their babies and having sex the same day, next day too. I don't think it's advisable, but yeah. But for me, I did not want anything, even till now, I don't want anything sexual. I don't want to hear sex. I don't want to see it or smell it, because I'm scared if I have sex, I'll get pregnant again. I don't want sex, I don't want to see it, I don't want to smell it. Keep it far, far away from me. Okay, during pregnancy, my mental state was shaky, because my mood swings were flying all over the place. I had emotions all over the place. I could watch somebody hit their leg and start crying. Someone could ignore me and I'll start crying. I could get angry because there's water on the floor. I could get angry because there's no cold water. My mood swings were crazy. So my mental state during pregnancy was shaky. It was really shaky. But a week after having my baby, yeah, I started getting back to normal. Started relating normally to people. I saw my first stretch mark at I think 8 months of pregnancy, I was losing my mind. I literally cried. I was crying because I was happy I didn't have stretch mark. I was crying. I was very hysterical. I had to call Milan's dad. He had to say some things to calm me down because, stretch mark. No, I didn't want that. I couldn't deal with it. But I think I snapped back really quick after having my baby because I was really, really big. And before I had my baby, I was so fat. My boobs were all over the place, my thighs were all over the place, my ass was all over the place. But then, after having my baby, I think I snapped out really fast because I'm not having problem with my stomach. My stomach is not flat, but at least it's not big. And then, I'm almost back to my weight before having my baby. I added more weight, but I didn't do anything in particular to lose weight. I think just because I was a skinny girl before getting pregnant. Lucky me. ×2. My hip is ×2. My thighs. My body has increased tremendously. Every part of my body is 2 times bigger than it was before I had my baby or before I even got pregnant. Okay, I think after I had my baby, my self-esteem was back to normal, but every time I pass in front of a mirror, I have a problem with my boobs and my tummy. Every single time. One time I tried to cover up all the mirrors in my house because I didn't want to see my body. But now getting back to shape, I think that's what I should call it. Now getting back to shape, it's become easier to look at myself. I couldn't recognize myself at some point. I was unrecognizable, but now, it's getting better. Now I understand that I'm breastfeeding a baby. I just had a baby. Don't rush yourself. Now I understand that. But earlier, I didn't understand that, so I didn't like my body at first. Losing baby weight wasn't hard at all. I didn't do anything. I tried working out. I did that for a week. It was too hard. I let it go. Basically, I'm only mostly waist training. That's all. I think of every pregnant woman, I had the strongest support system, the strongest. I had my mom, my sister, my son's grandmom. I had my aunties, my grandma, my friends. I had literally everybody doting over me when I was pregnant. Every single body, so my support system was strong. Even after I had my baby, my support system was so strong. I think that's why I didn't feel the initial stress that new moms feel, because I had other people to do that for me. That I think him himself was confused. He didn't know what to do or when to do it or how to do it because he wasn't even around. So he just, I even call that support because we were both confused. He didn't know what to do. Mostly he used to leave me on my own. I won't speak for days because he didn't know if talking to me was what I wanted or not talking to me was what I wanted. But after having my baby and he was around, I enjoyed because I'll just leave my baby with him and go out. Leave the baby with him and go out. I could do anything when he was around. Now I actually think I miss him because I have to carry the baby 24 hours. When he was around, he bathed the baby, feed the baby, change the baby while the mommy sleeps. Definitely. I think the only part I would not do is the early part of the pregnancy. If somebody could carry the early part of the pregnancy and I could carry the rest here, fine, definitely. But definitely was an amazing experience. I think everybody should actually experience it for you to be able to understand what it means. It's amazing. I'll do it over and over again, but no more than 2 times. I think you should block your ears to what every other person has to say. Get to know your baby, get to know your new self, so you know how to relate with the baby, you know how to relate with your new life. Because you can lose yourself totally, you can lose yourself, but if you keep listening to other people, You wouldn't know your baby. You wouldn't know what works for you. You wouldn't know what works for your baby. So get to know your baby and create a schedule that works for both you and your baby. Don't listen to anybody as well. Do not listen. Even your mother-in-law and your mom, do not listen to them. They have this archaic and old thinking, old ways of the way pregnant women. Nah, don't listen to nobody. You feel like you want something, get it. You feel like you can do something, get it. You feel like you can't do something, stay away from it. I think you should just get to know yourself and the rest comes easy. Okay, so to expecting moms, I think you should enjoy your journey. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. You feel like going out. There's nothing a pregnant woman can eat. There's nothing a pregnant woman can do. I just think you can't do it in excess. You can eat it in excess, but there's nothing you cannot do. Don't let anybody dull your shine while you're pregnant. I think that your partner is just your support system while you're pregnant. There's really nothing they can do to help you. There's really no way they can understand what you're going through because they are going through a different change entirely. I think you should give your partner time to adjust and understand. If you have books you're reading, you can share with him. But I don't think you should expect too much from this person because he doesn't really understand what you're going through and he can't feel what you're going through either. So to take him along in the journey, you have to let him know what you want. See your baby smile at you. So heart-melting. Like every other thing doesn't matter. Once that little boy is okay, is fine, every other thing doesn't matter. The world can as well go to bed. Motherhood has been amazing and challenging. Of course, there have been a lot of ups and there have been a lot of downs, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I love being Milan's mom.